Amidst the flurry of new boy band debuts in the K-pop industry, there's one name that's slowly but surely starting to catch the attention of many. They're CORTIS, a rookie Korean boy band that has displayed a distinct aura since their debut. CORTIS not only boasts strong visuals, but also a concept, choreography, and stage energy that feels mature for a newcomer. That's why their name is starting to be frequently discussed, not only among new fans, but also by K-pop fans globally. And the moment that truly made CORTIS's name explode came from someone who's never been underestimated in the industry, an idol with a name as big as BTS's Jungkook. In a moment that instantly went viral, Jungkook was seen imitating CORTIS's dance. It wasn't just a simple move, but a choreography that's synonymous with them. One small action, but the impact was incredibly big. Fans were immediately excited. Timelines were full of speculation, because when Jungkook, a global icon and standard K-pop performer, chooses to imitate a rookie's dance, it's not an everyday occurrence. For many, it felt like a tacit acknowledgement from the top of the group to the rising generation. But the surprises didn't stop there. In a live broadcast, the CORTIS members shared a story that shocked fans once again. They revealed that they had met BTS's Jimin. And it wasn't just a brief encounter. Jimin offered encouragement, support, and warm words to the CORTIS members. For a boy band still in its early stages, the support of a senior like Jimin was not only encouraging, but also a huge boost. From Jungkook imitating their dance moves, to Jimin directly encouraging them, it all seemed to form a clear line. That CORTIS wasn't just passing through the industry. Their debut was starting to be noticed. Their footsteps were being followed. And if this support and attention continues, it's not impossible that CORTIS will soar even higher and become one of the next big names in K-pop. The question now is, are we witnessing the beginning of a new era? All the signs are now clearly visible. CORTIS isn't just here to fill a space. They're here with potential ready to flourish. From the way they've established their identity, from how confident they appear on every stage, to how the public is starting to notice their every little move, CORTIS shows that they understand one important thing. Consistency is the key to greatness. They're still rookies, but their attitude, hard work, and ambition don't reflect a half-assed group. Each comeback feels more polished, each performance feels stronger, and every interaction with fans feels more real. The attention from seniors like Jungkook and Jimin isn't the end goal. It's fuel. Fuel to go further, to practice harder, and prove that their confidence wasn't misplaced. If CORTIS becomes known today, then tomorrow they could become a new standard. Because the history of K-pop always shows the same thing. Great groups aren't born overnight. They grow from small moments, which then turn into big stories. CORTIS is currently in that phase. The phase where their name is being called, their movements are being followed, and their presence is being felt. It's possible that, in a few years, we will look back on this moment and say, it all started from that moment. When a legend turns his head, when a senior gives their blessing, and when a rookie chooses not to stop dreaming, infinite possibilities are born. And one thing that's increasingly hard to deny, CORTIS isn't slowing down. They're preparing to soar. At this point, what sets CORTIS apart isn't just talent, but the momentum they're building. Momentum that can't be engineered. Because it comes from the public's attention that grows naturally. Every piece of their content began to be searched for. Each video clip quickly spread. And each member's name became more frequently mentioned. These were the early signs of a group that wasn't just liked, but remembered. CORTIS was slowly developing its own color. Not imitating anyone. Not walking in the shadows of their seniors, but standing with an increasingly clear identity. And that was precisely their strength. They came into a new generation of K-pop that demanded more than just visuals and dance. The public wanted a story. The public wanted a process. And CORTIS delivered both. From the practice room, to the small stage, to the now bigger spotlight, they took steps without leaps, but never stopped rising. If fans feel proud today, it's because they see real growth. And if the world begins to recognize them tomorrow, it's because CORTIS prepared themselves long before the spotlight arrived. One thing is certain, this journey is still a long one, but with a clear direction, a steady stream of support, And a determined determination. CORTIS isn't chasing fleeting fame. They're building for the future. And when the time comes when their name stands alongside other major groups, we'll remember one simple fact. CORTIS was once called a rookie, and the K-pop world has witnessed how they've grown into much more. At this stage, what's most exciting about CORTIS isn't just their visible achievements, but the direction they're heading. Because not all rookie boy bands know where they're going, CORTIS seems to understand what they want to build. They don't move on a whim, don't rush to the spotlight, but instead choose to lay the foundations one step at a time. From the quality of their performances, connection with their fans, to the way they carry themselves in public. The attention from big names like Jungkook and Jimin could be stressful for some groups, but for CORTIS, it actually seems to be a catalyst for growth. They don't seem intimidated, but rather they're even more focused on proving themselves. Every small step they take now has meaning, every update feels important, and every story they share makes fans feel like they're growing alongside them. This is a process that's often overlooked, but it's the foundation of legendary groups. CORTIS is at a crucial point, a point where choices, attitudes, and consistency will determine the direction of the next few years. And so far, they're showing very promising signs. If today we see them as talented rookies, then in the future, it's not impossible that we'll call them the generation that brings a new color to K-pop. Not because they're going with the flow, but because they've dared to forge their own path. This journey isn't over yet. In fact, it may have just begun. But one thing is already clear. CORTIS isn't walking alone. There's support, there's attention, and there's trust slowly growing alongside them. And when the time comes, when the world truly gives them a wider stage, this story will feel even more complete. Because we know, all of this is built through a process, not by chance. In the end, all great stories always begin with small steps, and moments that may seem simple at first. But it's from there that the future begins to unfold. CORTIS today is about potential, about hard work that's starting to be noticed, and about a new generation that doesn't come with noise, but with quality. When Jungkook imitated their dance moves, and Jimin offered encouragement live, it wasn't just a surprise for fans. It was a signal that something was growing, and worth paying attention to. CORTIS wasn't at the top yet, but they were preparing to get there. With a stronger identity, a steady stream of support, and a journey that felt real. And maybe sometime in the future, when CORTIS stands on a much bigger stage, we'll smile and say, we saw it all along. If you feel the same way, if you believe CORTIS has a bright future, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on their journey. Also, let us know in the comments, how far do you think CORTIS will go? Because one thing is clear, their journey is just beginning.